I cannot remember how long I've been attending because I've been attending for so long. I found it because it's where my parents decided to come after we moved here from Cincinnati. So I've been coming here since I was in like kindergarten. I could not tell you how long. Yeah, so it's actually kind of crazy. I think less for me than other people, but to see like my growth from being in a kindergarten to now being a senior, people are asking me like, oh my gosh, like, what are you gonna major in? Like, what colleges are you looking at? And I really feel like people here are invested in my growth and me as a person, and not just like saying hi once in a while on Sundays. So I feel like it's a really great community, and I always feel really supported when I'm here. And I honestly think it's so amazing that I've been here for so long because I have felt that support ever since I was a kid. So, but I would say I really agree with like the slogan that we have, which is a family of faith, because it generally feels like a family. Like I was saying earlier, it feels like a community of people that genuinely care for you, and a community of Christian love, and a deep sense of wanting to make sure other people are felt like seen and heard, and I really appreciate that. So calling St. E's a family of faith is definitely rings true for me. So it's really going to be a place where I know I can always come back and find that comfort and have a really nice worship service, and always feel very comforted and like I have a place to go. And I feel like my faith that I have gained from St. E's will carry me through college. When I'm in college, I really hope to be going to church, even if I'm going somewhere out of state that's not within a 20-minute drive of here. But I really hope to be continuing with my faith, and I think this church will always have a special place in that, and will always be like the rock for that. Yes. So like I said, I've been here since I was like 5. And I remember when I was first going into youth, I was probably too young. It's really supposed to be for middle school, and I was probably more like in 4th grade. But everybody put up with me, and I still remember that, and I still appreciate it. And with William, who's behind the camera, he especially has seen me when I was really young in youth until now where I'm a senior. So youth has been another thing that I've always been part of and has always like kind of been there. And so it's definitely a great experience. It's really nice to like interact with the other people, other young people at St. E's, and just to like have like a day where it's like no pressure, no like expectations, and it's just like a time to connect and interact with other people. So the acts of service we have for each other and the love and support we have for each other really shows how deep God's work is here and God's love is. I see it in the interactions with other people that the members of this church have. I see it a lot in the community service that we do, especially when I can. When I'm not in school, I go down a volunteer ministry center to help feed the homeless once a month, and I really feel God's presence and God's work through that. And then also just like the everyday things that people do here. For example, people will bring communion and Eucharist to the older people of our community, or people that are sick or injured, or maybe just had a surgery. And I think that will make people feel so seen and connected even when they can't make it to church. And it's like, even if they did make it to church and they can't walk super easily, but one of our pastors, William or Father Brett, will bring the Eucharist to them at the end. I feel like that really shows God's presence and God's work of love through that. So I think from when I was a kid, it was not small, but it was a lot of older people. Of course, I was like 5, so everyone to me was old. But I feel like now St. E's is growing so much, and my dream for St. E's is to continue to be that supportive place for as many people as possible, and to have people who might not feel super comfortable in their faith, or they're not sure if they even want to be a part of a faith like ours, but for them to know that they're always welcome here and they're always gonna be loved here no matter what. And I think that's a really special place, and I hope that that will continue on with St. Eve's. If you come to St. Eve's, it's for everyone, no matter what. Like, you will be loved here, you will be supported here. People, if they don't recognize you, they're gonna walk up to you and they're gonna say, "Hi, how are you? Like, my name's Audrey, like, so great to see you. I don't think I've seen you here before. How has your day been? Did you enjoy the service?" You get to the point where it's like, who are these people? Like, why are you coming up to me? But it's genuinely just because they care so much for the people around them and for this community of faith that we have